Hey, all right, welcome to the Tuesday show. My name's Ultra David. What are you doing over there?
I'm just being excited about the Tuesday show.
Okay, all right. Go on.
And I'm James Chen. How's everybody going?
I'll allow it. So we're going to talk about the Combo Breaker. It was a tournament that happened. We were both there. We'll talk about our experiences and the results. We will also talk about a reveal that happened there. That is to say, Cody Travers, it turns out.
Yes.
I never knew that.
Apparently that was his name in Final Fight Streetwise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. He has the last name. We're going to talk about Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Edition impressions. It's out.
Yes.
So we played it a little bit, both of us. We're going to also talk about etc. and so forth.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. So,
let's start obviously with Combo Breaker.
Yes.
That's the big thing of the weekend. That was really, in terms of the FGC, one of the biggest things of the year.
Yes. And, definitely right now at this point in time, in terms of size and scope, Combo Breaker is, there's EVO, right?
There's EVO, sure.
But then Combo Breaker and CEO right under there. And little by little, Combo Breaker is really growing to be just, we'll wait to see what happens with CEO this year, but Combo Breaker is really starting to become very impressive. Like, last year, we missed it. We were at Red Bull Kumite, and when I showed back up here this year again, I felt like the amount that it grew in those 2 years was amazing because it's the same venue.
Yeah.
2 years ago when we went there, I remember there was a lot of space.
Sure, you could walk around.
Yeah. This year it was like the whole, excuse me, kind of thing. And, just the scope of it is just gigantic now. And it's actually gotten to the place that I feel like I would say like 2010, 2011 EVOs felt like.
Okay.
Where I go there and I don't see anybody.
Dude, it's weird. I'm seeing some of my friends post up on Facebook and Twitter that they were there and that what their experiences were like, and I had absolutely no idea that they were there. I even hung out with mutual friends, so I think that I should have seen them just based on the fact that I was hanging out with who they typically hang out with. But it was just so big that wasn't even the case. It was gigantic. I was chatting with Zansam a little bit after the fact, who's been working at the Chicago Major for a long, long time. And he said that there are something like 6,000 people who came through the doors.
Dang, I undersold it, man.
Oh, dude, me too. I thought it felt like it was a few thousand.
I said it was like 2,000 to 3,000, like I was trying to tell some people, but
now that's players, that's spectators. That's individual spectators too, so people who came in one day or the other. I'm not sure how exact that number is, but that's what his belief of the situation was. And he said it, I believe if I recall correctly, he said that it grew 30% over the previous year.
That's what I definitely heard.
And I don't know what the percentage was from last year to 2 years ago when we were there, because it's significantly bigger for sure. It is huge, huge event,
and it's just. It has really just become something that you just should not miss. If you love fighting games, you owe it to yourself to go to Combo Breaker, to be honest with you. A lot of people are doing 24-hour venues now and everything, but Combo Breaker was the first one that did it, and they've been doing it. They're kind of the ones that popularized it, and it's still a really fantastic feature of theirs. They even had to expand to an extra ballroom in the actual Pheasant Run Resort area.
Right.
Where they had a lot of side streams, and that's where all their arcade machines and stuff was, It was, I don't know, the scope of it is so big now, and it's exciting and frightening at the same time. It's like one of those good problems to have. You like it, but, man, is it going to be one of those situations where it's going to outgrow its venue? Because it was packed in that ballroom.
Yeah, that is a good question. I don't know. But in the meantime, for now, it's not just that it was a huge event, it's that everything was so good about it.
Yes.
And I mean that for everybody. I was even talking with some of my friends who were selling stuff there, right? And they were saying, oh man, they sold out of all the stuff. They didn't expect to sell out as much as they did. All the vendors were happy. Not even just sort of sides that you usually think about as somebody who comes to tournaments. it was everything. It was even that. So, but of course, all the players that I talked with had a great time.
Tournaments ran on time. Great.
I think there were like a couple of things that ran a little bit late. So, but they adapted pretty quickly and ended up fixing it. Like that's that's about as good as you can hope for.
Standard combo breaker.
It's like as good as you can hope for, to be honest. So it was awesome on all those fronts. It was super cool that there was room for playing at all hours, 24-hour venue, obviously, but oftentimes events on finals day will take out most of or all of the casual sets areas and just have seats.
Right.
But that was there the entire time. People could get games in the entire time, and they were. People were like grinding through Dragon Ball. Everybody was.
Nutacon on chat, so he's someone that's been in our stream for a very long time. Met him finally this weekend and everything, had lunch with him and everything. Yeah. But he said he barely watched top 8 because he was playing casuals for so long.
There you go.
And but what's interesting about it too is that Shoegazer Jimmy says Evo needs a 24-hour venue also. There's part of me that's kind of fearful at the size that Combo Breaker is growing, right? Because a lot of people have said, like, why doesn't Evo just run 20 games like Combo Breaker does? Why doesn't, blah, blah, blah. And it's because Combo Breaker's in a more manageable size, right? Once you get up to 20 games and you're the size of Evo, it's like you add any game. Like, there was 100 people for ST, 100 people for Vampires, 160 for Eunice. If you take it to the scope of Evo, it's going to get even larger. Sure. I don't know if it's manageable. And, this year, I'm just afraid that Combo Breaker might get to that point where it's so big, even running a 24-hour venue might be rough. But what was interesting, I was talking to someone about that, though, about like how we could have Evo do a 24-hour venue. And they said it's going to be harder for Evo because they are in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's so much more foot traffic, right? Mm-hmm. Here, it's like everybody that's there is in that,
Right, they're there for that.
Right, and if you do it in Evo and it's in Vegas, who knows what sorts of people will come in there and try to take things, and you have
That's true. Well, Callisto says in chat, 24-hour security at Evo would probably cost infinite money.
Right.
Probably so.
Exactly.
Probably just be absurdly expensive. Mm-hmm. Evo will end up having lots and lots of games there. It's just that the Evo staff is running eight or whatever it is this year. 8 games?
Officially.
Yeah. Right, yeah, official games. Including all of the games, there's going to be a lot, and it's going to be taking all place in sort of more or less the same area.
Yeah, that's true. Anime Evo had 15 games
Yeah, and then there's even other people running other stuff too. Mm-hmm. So in total, there are going to be like just a ton of games. They're just not official Evo games.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But again, it's a good problem to have for Combo Breaker.
Of course.
Like the fact that it is growing that big, I think is fantastic for them, and there's a reason for it. The reason why it's growing so big is because everybody who goes there has such a fantastic experience. It's great for the players. It's like one of the most player-friendly events, out of all of them because of the 24-hour venue, because the schedules are always run so well.
All the casual setups.
Exactly.
And even on top of that, there are multiple stages, so that simultaneously there's a bunch of games going on in a way that lots of players can watch. And and it's a big enough venue that they're happening at the different corners. So if you care about Tekken, you go over where the Tekken was, or if you wanted to watch Skullgirls, that was there. If you wanted to watch KI, so many different games had big setups.
Sanrio, Pong, whatever that was.
Whatever that game was, I don't know what it's called.
Amazing.
Actually. Yeah. Everything was awesome about it, and so everybody was happy. I mentioned the vendors, the players. For the spectators, there's a lot to do as well, because a lot of people came who were just spectators. So you get to watch a bunch of different games, and you get to see stuff that you don't normally see. I mean, I mentioned some of those games. You mentioned the mystery tournament. Only 128 people get to enter that because it's capped. But watching it is one of the most fun things in the FGC. I really feel like watching those events is fantastic. So the players in their like sort of serious tournaments are catered to well, but then people who are both watching and entering things like the mystery tournament and the auction events, there's like so much to do there that is not just your tournament matches. So if you go 0-2, it's not like you're just stuck there doing nothing. You have a ton of things to watch, you have other stuff to enter, and it's all super fun.
Right.
And all really run very, very well. we'll see what happens with CEO. It's going to be at a new venue and stuff. I'm sure it'll be great, but it's, in my mind, going to be hard to beat Combo Breaker. To be honest, like this may have been the best Chicago major that I've been to, and I've often felt that the Chicago major, both UFGT and now Combo Breaker, are the best events of the year. Evo's its own beast. Right. Other than that, I feel like these are the best, and this may have been, for me, the best one. Just, it seemed like it was run so well. Yeah. Everything went well. A lot of people were there, not just the numbers, but the people I want to hang out with were there. Like, just everything about it.
We even had a marriage proposal there,
Yes.
I mean, we'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
There was just everything was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm super happy about it. Rick gets a lot of press, as he should. The Hado does a really good job as the lead tournament organizer. But there are lots and lots of people involved in running this thing.
Yeah.
It is much too big to just be on the shoulders of one fella. And all of those people really should be happy with how things went. It was just
they have to be
awesome.
Very proud of.
I really hope they are.
Yeah.
I really hope they are.
And I mean, again, if you want to make it to an event, this is definitely one of the main ones that you got to make it to.
I feel like this is the one you got to make it to.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're not wrestling fans.
Okay, fair enough.
Right. If you're a big NJPW kind of guy, maybe that's a pretty big deal to be able to go.
And in any case, we'll see what happens at CEO. I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah.
I just, man, it was so good that it would be surprising to me.
Right.
Very pleasantly surprising, but surprising if anything else lives up to it this year.
But, that's what a premier event is about.
Oh, man.
Combo Breaker is what a premier event. A lot of times there are some premier events that don't feel like premier events.
Right.
But this is an event that feels like it is the Capcom premier event, the Tekken Masters event, the IPS, a location and stuff. Yeah. This one feels like the one that you go to. And, obviously the reputation has helped because everybody now is there. 687 people in Street Fighter, 770 something, 800 people in Dragon Ball. I mean, that is a lot of people playing these games, right? So, I mean, to be honest, actually though, some people did say CEO's registration numbers were slightly higher.
That makes sense. I think typically it has more entrants.
But, dude, Combo Breaker is just a fantastic. Yeah, it's outside of Chicago. Dev Nolish. It's about 40 minutes out of Chicago in St. Charles.
I would say about 45 minutes west of O'Hare. So if you're coming from the city of Chicago, it's a little bit further. It is definitely in the boonies, but they had shuttle buses going to and fro, which was nice. I mean, I guess it ended up being that people had to pay a lot of money in some cases to get from the venue back to, well, I guess either way,
you
right?
had to
on
refresh
Lyft or
a lot
Twitter.
Because Uber in the morning on Monday was like 250 something for a trip, but then some people got it down back to 50 and stuff.
And apparently if you just walked a little bit either way.
Yeah.
So, but in any case, that's not Combo Breaker's fault. They tried to make things work. I'm not sure that they expected, if 6,000 is the real number, I'm not sure that they expected that. Right. So they did a really good job, I think, in trying to plan as best as they could. And,
it was really funny because
there was a Portillo's. It was like across the street, dude.
I didn't have.
It was like literally across the street.
I had the Giordano's. I did not have the Portillo's. I did not know it was across the street. I should have.
Well, I mean, it was quite across the street. There is like a maybe 15-minute walk.
Okay.
Because the hotel was so big, the resort was so big.
There was the Culver's was there.
Yeah,
right?
that was across the street.
Yeah, okay.
If you went the other way a little bit, then there was one of those.
Okay.
But yeah, we ordered Giordano's, and there's Lou Malnati's not too far away either if you got a car. So yeah, man.
What's really funny is that I took a picture of myself on the plane. I'm like heading to Chicago, and one of my best friends from junior high, who I haven't seen in 4 years. Last time I saw him was in Arizona. That's where he lives, and I went to his wedding.
Okay.
Messaged me, and he was like, "Dude, I'm in Chicago this weekend too." I was like, "That's cool, but I'm actually going to be like 40 minutes out. I'm at the Pheasant Run Resort." And he's like, "We just drove by there." Like his wife's family lives in that area.
Okay.
So literally during one of my 2-hour breaks, they came over, picked me up. we drove to Giordano's.
Oh.
And like we met up and like we ate.
Oh, how nice,
and
man.
just hung out over there. And it was funny too because a lot of them had, so like his aunt and uncle, like well his aunt and uncle-in-law, I should say, were there and everything. And they were like asking about it and everything. And they were really fascinated because like, because they said Pheasant Run has been there forever,
right?
And they were like, "That's really great that they could still have events like this." And and it was actually really kind of cool. So it was really funny to talk to them about it and everything. So.
That is really nice. I also have family in the area, so I got there. My parents and I flew out together Thursday, and then we had dinner with my great aunt, who's 96. Pretty cool. She's still pretty good up top, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. And then we had brunch the next day. My brothers ended up flying in. Once I actually went to the venue, I couldn't go hang out with them, but they all hung out with other cousins and stuff. And then on Monday morning, we all hung out again for more brunch. My great aunt, when I told her where it was in St. Charles, she was like, "Oh, that's where there's a big resort, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And it turned out that they used to go to that resort in like the 40s and 50s.
Dang!
Maybe it was the 50s, actually, now that I think about it. And so my great aunt and her two kids, my cousins, I guess. My dad's age cousins. And she said that it was really cool for them because there was this pool there that I guess doesn't exist anymore. But there were only two places in the world that had an outdoor pool that could be used in frigid temperatures. It was there and in the Soviet Union, and this one was after. It was like news. Okay. So the Soviet Union, I guess, like invented some way to have a heated pool that it was, in sub-freezing temperatures or whatever. And then that was duplicated in Chicago.
Dang.
And it was like a big thing. Oh man, this is so sick. And she was describing the way that it worked, and she was like, it was basically like remember the tube in Willy Wonka that the fat kid gets sucked up in, right? She said it was like the kind of like that, but maybe in the reverse, where there was just this giant plastic tube that was constantly dumping in hot water, and Anyway, it was really cool. It was like so that place has been around for a long time, as you said, and it is really cool for I guess people in the area that it's still doing big.
It was funny too because like they didn't know the scope of it. Unfortunately, I had some pictures on the phone, but like when we first walked into Giordano's, there was fighting game people everywhere over there. So like we just all walked in there, and everyone was like, "Oh hey James, oh hey James," and they're like, "Wow." But it was I don't know. It was just overall it was just a really fun weekend. It was just a really really good time. I mean, outside of the fact that, one, I barely got any sleep.
Oh, that's right.
Largely due to the fact that I've had pretty much the worst back pain that I've ever had in my entire life, which is happening right now. It's not too terrible right now, but that's because I'm hopped up on Tylenol.
Yeah, I know the life, buddy.
I've been taking that I know. I was just like, man, I know David would sympathize.
For sure.
So
sucks.
I have literally just had the only way I could feel like there's no position I can lie down in where it's not in massive pain. The only way I could do it is if I lean over the bed and just hang.
Oh, I've done that.
I need one of those things that hangs me upside down.
Oh, I used to have one.
Of those. Oh, you really did?
I really did. Okay. I had it for a couple of years, but ended up moving to a place where I needed to get rid of it because I didn't have enough space.
Okay. Yeah, I need one of those things right now because seems like the only way is if I put zero weight on my back, then I feel
this is why traction like that is why I have that thing that I brought to Japan. Right?
Oh, right. That's right. Oh, maybe I should get one of those and try it out, actually.
It was not that expensive on Amazon. So.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll talk about this later.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Sick event. And lastly, just wanted to mention it was a blast hanging out with my friends there. Mm-hmm. Some of them I don't get to see very often. And I feel like that's the place where I have the most fun hanging out with friends. Mm-hmm. I feel like I have more friends who go to that tournament, both who live in that area, but also people who just are coming from everywhere on the continent, and even internationally, than anywhere else. So it was super fun to hang out with everybody, and I really had a blast. Yeah. Miss all of you. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.
Well, I mean,
that's it.
Just out of a side thing to mention too is that Tubaware, of course, one of the guys who was there. This might be one of the last times we'll get a chance to catch him and such. But I just saw on Twitter today some bad news that he lost his job.
What?
He came back and he found out that he lost his job.
What?
So if there's anybody on the stream in the Minnesota area who can help him out, please, it's at Tuboware, Tuboware. If you can help him out, I think that would be pretty cool. So,
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, that was just unfortunate, dude.
I got to give him a text. That's
yeah.
Anyway, anything else to say on the tournament other than getting into results?
I mean, the only downside probably really is that the Pheasant Run feels that old.
Oh, right. No, so our room, and I heard from many other people that their rooms too, it was damp and mildewy the entire time. So whenever I was there and we weren't sleeping, I had the window open, the whole sliding glass door open to try to detract from the mildew. Even though it was humid outside and hot outside, I felt like that was better than the weird mildew smell. So
I also found a weird bug on the floor.
That was a bummer.
I wasn't sure if it was
a weird bug,
a bee or something.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I just put the cup over it, slid a paper under it, and I let them outside. So
wow, okay.
I don't kill creatures.
There was a really big wasp that almost got in.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was huge, actually. And I was hanging out with Mono in our room, and I had the thing fully open, right? And he heard from inside a big buzzing sound. And
God.
He looked outside, and this wasp was just on the cusp of entering. It definitely could have just flown in,
right.
But for whatever reason, it chose not to. And he very quickly shut the door, But it must have been a good 3/4 inch long, maybe inch long wasp. So. All right.
Oh man.
And it is true, lastly, that the phone reception is horrible. I assume that area is not meant to have 6,000 people in a very tight area.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, once you were in the ballroom, you got no reception at all.
No reception.
Basically, there was just zero reception. So, how did you even know that the Giordano's delivered the food? Actually,
I got a missed call.
Oh, did you?
The missed call showed up.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it showed up 3 minutes after he called.
Oh,
so it took a little while.
Okay.
Luckily, he was still outside.
Okay, cool. Cool. Nice.
All right.
Actually, I don't have the results up yet. Let me go grab those real quick. Let's see here.
Yes, I show mercy. I don't need to kill anything if I don't need to.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Sure. Even spiders, because I know people hate spiders, but spiders are also they're good creatures. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're scary looking, but
I think they're cool.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Bazillion games to go over here.
Sure. I'm not sure we can go through every single one of them because there's 8,000.
And to be honest with you, I need to spend some time rewatching a bunch of stuff. I want to watch Unio. I want to watch Tekken. I want to watch a whole bunch of tournaments here. But let's go over in the order, a reverse order.
Reverse! Which means that the last game was not Street Fighter V.
No.
It was Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Yes, Dragon Ball FighterZ. So in, like I said, almost 800 people entered this tournament.
Giant tournament.
Huge tournament, and just, bodies falling left and right in semis and stuff. But top 8... in 7th place, qualifying for the Summit of Power, by the way.
Well, because... Well, we'll get to this, but yeah, you're right.
He was the highest placing person.
Not the reason.
Or because he also won the playoff thing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he tied with the other 7th place person, but they had a playoff,
correct.
Right?
We'll get there.
So CAG Fenrich with Cell, Bardock, and Vegeta. Also 7th place, Crescent Doza with the All Goku team.
Yep, All Goku.
Blue Goku, Black Goku, and regular Goku.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
Goku.
Good job to him. I mean, that's cool because it kind of shows that, the tiers can still be defied in Dragon Ball.
A little bit.
5th place was also GGP Kazunoko with Kid Buu, Adult Gohan, and Yamcha, just because he likes the Yamcha assist. 5th also was NRG Hook Gang God with Cell, Piccolo, Vegeta. 4th place, EG NY Chris G with Bardock, Trunks, Vegeta. 3rd place, CAG Dogura, Kid Buu, Cell, Vegeta. 2nd place, for the first time in his life, not being in first place, Cyclops Gaming Go Ichi with Bardock, Cell, Vegeta. And first place, Echo Fox, Sonic Fox with Cell, Kid Buu, and Gotenks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He stepped it up, man.
Yes.
He definitely stepped it up.
It was interesting because Goichi sent Goichi to losers.
Yes.
But then Goichi came back and won the first set against Sonic Fox.
Right.
And won it pretty convincingly. And it almost kind of felt like things were going to, revert back to what we knew. But then in the second set, Sonic Fox really, really turned it on. No, actually, the first set was really close.
It was 3-1.
Oh, it was 3-1.
Goichi.
Okay. But then the last set, I think Sonic Fox just won 3-0.
Correct.
And took it. And and then of course Vexany just got that great photo, dude.
Yeah, you had that on earlier, right? Mm-hmm, oh man, that photo is
actually
ridiculous.
That was the winner's bracket photo too.
Okay.
I think that was the winner's bracket.
Set.
Yeah.
That photo is such a perfect encapsulation of that moment because I don't know if you can put it back on there.
Here I can. Go
cool, awesome.
The break screen.
Yeah, excellent. Just look at this. There's Sonic Fox right in the middle, framed magnificently, and he's like ascending right there.
The lights. Look at the lights.
Right?
Dude.
Yeah. He's like just ascending in that picture, and Goichi is still stuck down there on the bottom. Like he's Sonic Fox is now above Goichi. It's like such a strong encapsulation of that moment, and so exciting. Everybody in the crowd, almost everybody in the crowd went wild.
Can I? Oh, I can't.
You can't zoom into yourself.
I can't zoom into myself.
Yeah, you can see. I can actually see James
to the left of the combo breaker sign.
Yeah, not looking all that stoked.
Yeah, I'm just like chilling there. I'm like,
that's hilarious. But yeah, everybody else in that picture more or less was way into it.
This.
Now can you pull it?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to do.
Look at this guy.
Well, how very interesting.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Not all that excited here.
That's very funny.
So,
but for everybody else, it was a sick moment. So, anyway, no, it really is big. Goichi's been so dominant. What's interesting to me is that, if I recall correctly, it's now the case that Sonic Fox and Goichi have only lost in major tournaments to each other and their biggest training partners.
Oh, you're right.
And Sonic Fox lost once to Chris G and ended up winning, although I think that was the very first weekend that the game was out, if I recall correctly. So after that, it's only been to each other and their biggest training partners. That's crazy.
I know, right?
That's crazy. For as big a game as it is, almost 800 people entered this. You've only lost to 2 people?
I actually had a chance to
I'm talking about Goichi losing to Dogra and Sonic Fox to the Kill Sage. Yeah. That's it.
I actually was talking to Sonic Fox afterwards, and he was just like excited about it. And he's just like, it's cool because they keep pushing each other and pushing each other. I thought it was funny too because apparently Apology Man asked Sonic Fox, how are you so good at all these games? And Sonic Fox says, you have to be gay. Yeah. Right? And then I asked Sonic Fox later on, I was like, how are you so good at these games? He's like, I don't know, I would just practice a lot. Okay. So I don't know what he's trying to tell Apology
Serious
Man.
Answer. Yeah, right, yeah.
I don't know what he's trying to tell Apology Man, okay? So,
so... Very cool to see. I mean, it basically seems like the 3 best are Fox, Goichi, and Dogra. But then Chris G seems like he's pretty consistently up in there as well.
Sonic Fox, he was in top 8 on winner's side, right?
Yes, top 8.
Oh, yeah, he was top 8. But so was Chris G as well.
That's what I meant.
Chris G and Sonic Fox both came in there. So Chris G is, somehow he's always one of the strongest in this, and people just don't seem to mention him as much.
It's just that there are those 2.
Yeah.
But then after those 2, and I guess probably Dogra after that, then Chris is in the small group of people just after that, including Hookah and God. Very cool to see Kazunoko with the Yamcha, obviously largely using it for the assist, but actually that character has such damage output by itself. Even without sparking, that I think that kind of makes more sense as an anchor than some other characters.
It's interesting to me because I really don't think Yamcha's that strong, but I'll go check back. I want to go back.
He's not that strong. No, you're right. But if he finds a hit and he has 4 bars, he can combo level 1 to level 3. So he actually can deal more damage than most characters in situations like that. But not great at finding the hit in the first place. You're right.
But, I mean, look at this. 9th place was Pono Smoke, to Kill Sage, Fenrich. Wait, why is he there twice? No, that's not him. That was somebody else.
Wrong.
Breaker Dave was there. 13th place, Reynold, Apology Man, Leffen, Timo. I mean, some of the players that we haven't even named in here are, like, for example, like Nakio.
Yeah, Nakio.
In the top 16. Who else do we have?
So
Super Noon was
the person who's
there.
9th, that should be Cloud 805.
Oh, Cloud 805.
So Moke, to Kill Sage, Cloud 805, Breaker Dave. We're 9th, 13th, Reynold, Apology Man, Leffen, Timo. 17th, Theo, Super Noon, Beyond Toxin, Peppery Splash, Nakio, Grover, Iconic, Fruit Punch. A few of those guys have won majors, and they've gotten top 8 at almost everything that they've been to. So extremely strong. And then you can go down a little bit further, and you see folks in 25th like Aliyun.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You see Tachikawa in there, Foxy Grandpa's in there, Lost Soul. I mean, there are a ton of strong players who entered this thing. Yohozi got 33rd. It's just super packed.
Yep.
Galileo got 33rd.
Punk was in 33rd.
Punk, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, so it's kind of scary. A lot of people playing that. But again, one of the cool things about it was when they did the stats. Remember last week when we were talking about the entry numbers and Curly W was talking to us about percentages, like only 15% of the players in Dragon Ball only entered Dragon Ball. Again, to me, that's super awesome because that just means everybody's playing the game from every scene, and that's super cool. I mean, Foxy Grandpa, Beyond Toxin, all the guys from the NRS community and everything like that. I think that's really awesome.
That's great.
It's like the game that's brought everybody together, you know. So, okay.
Alrighty, Street Fighter V.
Oh yeah, actually.
Oh, should mention that there was the Summit of Power qualifier.
The filler episode.
Yeah. I thought I was being original when I said that while we were hanging out. You weren't there, but I said that to Tubaware, who can vouch for me.
Right.
All right. But then it turned out that like everybody made the joke simultaneously.
Yeah. Someone in the front of the stage even had a whiteboard that had filler
Good stuff.
written on it and stuff.
Everybody
like
made the joke.
So, yeah.
So both Doza and Fenrich got 7th place, and
the highest non-already qualified person was going to make it into the Summit of Power, but since they were both in 7th, they had a playoff. So.
Yeah, and Fenrich ended up taking that. For Doza, I still think it's really cool. He has been playing, obviously, it's not just starting with Dragon Ball, but this is probably the most success that he's had, and extremely strong in doing so to get 7th place in a tournament like this. A lot rode on that 2 out of 3 set to go to the Summit of Power, but I still think that he should be encouraged, and I hope to see him doing really well in the future. Fenrich has been in big spots before, so it's not maybe as new.
But
what
the coolest thing for Doza is, I think in a couple of months he has 2 more characters he can try to add to his team. I think there's going to be like Kid Goku and Old Goku and Red Goku. And no,
are you making this up?
I'm making these all up.
I mean, one of the rumors is that there's base Goku. I don't know what that even means.
Not saying Goku?
I guess.
But wouldn't that mean he sucks? Like, people should beat the crap out of him? Okay, anyways. All right.
Let's talk about Street Fighter V Arcade Edition.
Yes. Do you want to talk about anything? Well, we can't talk about everything. So
we can't talk about everything, man. There was a cool tournament. Team tournament.
Okay. 7th place, UIU Oil King with Rashid. 7th place, also Cyclops Gaming Dogura with Urian. 5th place, RB Bonchan with Nash and Karen, as well as Furson Verloren with Cammy. 4th was Liquid Nemo with Urian. 3rd place, PG Infiltration with Mana and Jury. 2nd, Razor Cien with Ibuki, with probably the match of the tournament in losers finals against Infiltration. But 1st place was UIU NL Cammy, straight off of I think it was Saigon Cup win, or it was one of the ranking events in East Asia that he won, I believe.
Did he just win? I don't remember.
He just won a ranking event.
Okay.
He won a ranking event, and then now he has won a premier event.
Dang. Well, he's pretty sick.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So, 9th place was Tokido, and this is the 3rd tournament that he's never made top 8 for CPT.
The 3rd CPT event he has not made top 8 for.
That he's entered since Season 1 inception of Street Fighter V. And 2 of those events were, thousands of people at EVO and 700 people here at Combo Breaker.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's kind of good.
Pretty good. Well, ninth place is also where Sako, Do, and Menar D.
Yeah.
Just outside of that, Chris T, Human Bomb, Gotchiku, and Big Bird. It was just super stacked.
Yeah. I'm happy for Chris T, to be honest with you, because like he's been playing so well, and to see him to get this high up in this big tournament.
Absolutely.
So happy for that guy.
It's really great. It's super cool for NL. You could see how big the moment was when his friends hopped up on the stage.
He started getting emotional. Like he was trying not to cry, but you could tell it started to get to him at some point in time.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was like a lot of people have been saying, one of their arguments for Cammy was like, oh, she's never won a premiere. But I mean, seriously, after the midseason patch, it was only a matter of time.
Agreed.
And here she is taking this one. But, obviously she's super strong. Obviously, like I said, I still think she's the best character in the season right now. I don't think she's free to win with. In fact, I had a whole long talk with GamerB about Cammy, and he was just like, she's really hard to use, is what he was actually saying. And talking to Punk when he gave me a serious answer instead of the Twitter answer, he was just like, aiming the dive kicks is a lot harder than he anticipated.
Oh, sure.
And stuff like that. But for Lauren and NL, I've been playing this character forever. Obviously, this character was going to win a premiere at some point in time this year. So
agreed, and it did. Pretty cool to see Nemo up there.
Some people are saying Akuma. Do you think Akuma's better than Cammy?
No.
I know.
I still don't.
I still don't think that. So.
Yeah. But I guess more accurately, I just think that there's four top-tier characters.
Yeah, there's no Akuma in this top 8.
Yeah.
Right. I will also say, too, sorry to interrupt you, but like I'm super happy for Cien.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't been performing as well. Even like on commentary at Saigon Cup, he was like, this is why Fujimura is the best Ibuki. This is why he's so good with Ibuki. Like, you could almost hear this sadness in his voice, like, I'm just not as good as this guy. But then what he pulled off this weekend, I thought was fantastic. Glad to see Cien kind of back in there and won himself a bunch of very crucial points.
I feel the same way about Bonchan.
Yes.
Very cool to see him up there. Still using Nash and Karen. Pretty impressive stuff. Oil King continuing to do really well. Was it BAM or Stunfest that he just got third in? It was one of those two.
One of those two, yeah.
And then Dogura got up there. He made top 8 at the 2 biggest tournaments of the weekend. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Both Dragon Ball and Street Fighter.
Yeah, okay,
it's rare that somebody makes top 8s in the 2 biggest games. Sometimes you'll see like somebody wins like some other game and then the biggest game or whatever, but he got
top 8.
3rd in the biggest game and 7th in the second biggest game. That's really rare, really impressive. And they're very different games too.
Yeah,
super different games. So very impressive. God. Anyway. It's very obnoxious.
What's the problem, David? All right, but good stuff
gotta
there.
get used to it.
Good games to them, to everybody who played there. Tekken 7, obviously a Masters event. Did I scroll too far?
No, you're right. Oh yeah, there was a reveal, but we'll talk about that dude later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. That's one of the topics up at the top. So it's one of the topics that we have up there.
Yeah, in my view, and I think it's become just about everybody's view too. I think we've all arrived at the same conclusion. Cammy, Minot, Akuma, and Guile are the 4 best. And I don't know that I would say that Akuma is the best or Cammy the best. I think it's those 4, and it's just like one of them. I don't know.
Honestly, I do think Minot is top 4. I think she's probably the weakest of the 4.
That sounds right, yeah.
Because I still believe people don't know how to fight her that well. I'll see Minot do jump roundhouse and people don't take advantage of that because she doesn't have her orb. It takes a long time for her to get back from that.
You're right.
And then people don't jump at her enough. I kept trying to say this on commentary, but something crazy would happen. But like standing strong and standing fierce. If you just pictured Ryu throwing Dan fireballs, what would you do? You would jump a lot at Ryu, right?
Sure.
And that's how you have to picture Minot. You can't whip punish it, so think of them like fireballs, and they're super laggy as hell.
Of course. It's just like playing against Dawson, guys.
Yeah, I see a lot of people play against Minot, and for some reason they try to play Street Fighter V where they stay on the ground and don't jump.
I know. I don't know.
And I'm just
people
like,
will figure it out,
jump,
but they haven't yet.
jump.
All right.
Yeah.
Tekken 7. I was commentating at the time, so I don't know what happened.
I was commentating at the time too, so I don't know what happened. So like I said, I got to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
But look, JDCR got sent to losers early on by Joey Fury. And I don't... Okay, so he made it to 9th place. So him and Kudons made it to 9th place.
Dang.
Same with Joey Fury and Rixta.
Oh, wow, let's go Rixta.
Yeah, exactly. Good job to Rixta. But 7th place was VS Trungy with Geese and RB Anakin with Jack 7. 5th place, Rox Dragon Chanel with Elisa and Eliza. It's funny, I was talking to Shunao, and like people will come up and like want to buy a charm and they like don't specify.
Yeah.
Like for Elisa and Eliza, like it sounds the same, and then there's like 3 Leos and there's like 2 Mai's and stuff.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny. As well as Hiton CH Go Attack with Cosme, Master Raven, and Asuka. 4th place was Echo Fox Saint. 3rd place, First Son Lohai with Shaheen and Jack 7. 2nd place, UIU John Ding with Eddie and Lucky Chloe.
Sick.
And 1st place, Rox Dragon Knee with Paul and Jin. Knee, he's JDCR this year.
Okay.
He won final round. He won the Tekken tournament in Korea, the big premier one.
Right.
And then he won. Wait, did he win that one or did he win Battle Arena Melbourne? Whatever the case is, he's been winning everything.
Yeah.
Nia's been winning everything that he's entered, and he is looking unstoppable right now. So,
Awesome.
So yeah, so that's kind of the main story right there.
Dang, I gotta go back and see John Ding, Eddie, and Lucky Chloe getting second. That's really cool.
And then also, this was also the first tournament for UIU to attend, so I thought that was kind of cool. She actually had her U.S. debut at Wednesday Night Fights.
Oh, damn.
She actually showed up there before she flew out to Combo Breaker.
Wow.
So, that was actually kind of cool to have
Sick.
her show up there. So,
By the way, shout out to Team UIU recently. Of course, UIU NL won Street Fighter. There was John Ding in second place. Oil King was also top 8 in Street Fighter.
That's right.
He just got third or second or whatever it was at BAM.
It's so funny, too, because remember I did the delayed hyper commentary thing? This was before UU was signed to UIU, and I just saw UIU in my stream. And I was like, you guys should sign UU so that we'd have UIU. And I was like, you can do all this stuff, right? And they actually told me afterwards that they were in the process of signing.
That was already happening?
Yeah, so they couldn't say anything, but they were laughing that I was making that suggestion.
That's hilarious.
Because they were actually doing it. So.
All right.
Guilty Gear Exerd Rev 2. Why does my page not want to scroll?
I got it.
Okay.
Because I have the appropriate script killers.
Yes.
Guilty Gear Extra Rev 2 singles. 7th places were Kid Viper Johnny and TSB Blaze with Raven. 5th were 1-Up Peppery Splash with Johnny and Bjorn Son of Bear with Chip. 4th was GGP Kazunoko Raven. Wow, he got 4th place. Dang, guess who got above him? 3rd place was Hamad with Kai. 2nd place was Teresa with Jam, and winner was Daru Ino.
That's right. And, dude, when Teresa knocked Daru Ino into losers and winners finals, this is an emotional guy here.
Yeah.
He popped off, and it was just like one of the greatest things that I'd ever seen. It
was a good pop-off.
And, it was just really unfortunate because Daru came back, and I think he won. Was it the first set that this happened or the second set? I can't remember. But Teresa's controller broke. It stopped working when he had just won a match or something like that, and it felt like it kind of took a little bit of the wind out of his sails.
Sucks.
And he ended up losing to Daru Ino. But Daru Ino from Korea, he's just been doing so well and playing so strong.
Yeah,
and Majin Obama kept telling the story how the Japanese players Ogawa had him on their team for a big team tournament, and when they won, Ogawa's like, you're the one who did a lot of this stuff, and he was like, this is a big win for international Guilty Gear.
Sick, okay.
So Daru Ino is
from Korea, right?
Yeah, from Korea. Really, really big deal. But I mean, shout outs to Hamad, shout outs to Bjorn, Peppery Splash, and all those guys for doing really well here, getting top 8 in this tournament.
I'm really happy for all those folks.
Yeah, but Teresa, I mean, you could see it when he was losing. When he started losing, between every game, it was just man, that guy was so emotional. It's hard not to root for that guy when you're watching him play.
He also won the auction tournament. I feel like it's pretty rare that somebody wins the auction tournament who also got grand finals in that same game.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I mean, it depends on if they can get their character. He got his character, so...
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Because probably not a lot of people bet on Jam.
Yeah.
In fact, I bet you the people who were auctioning on Jam were just there trying specifically to stop him from getting Jam, you know?
The King of Fighters 14. You got your thing ready, or you want me to go through this?
Let's see if rebooting helped here a little bit, or refreshing, I should say. God, there's so many games and so many schedules and streams and stuff. King of Fighters 14, 7th place. Juicebox was here?
Oh, sick. I didn't see him the whole time.
Yeah, I know. I didn't see Juicebox at all.
There.
I have no idea what's going on there. Juicebox with Andy, Ryo, and Leona. And Decimo with Shune, Kukri, and Geese.
Okay.
5th place was Reynold with Najd. Nice.
Sick, okay.
Naj, okay. I heard she's super good.
I've heard that too.
Benny Maru and Zarina. And 5th place was TXE El Rosa with Dinosaur, Kula Verse, Naj Leona Verse, and Kula Leona Verse. Jeez. 4th place was TXE GSGG Violent Kane with Robert Iori-kyo and Kei Iori-kyo. 3rd place Tamago with Blue Mary, Benny Maru Iori, Benny Maru Iori Kim. 2nd place TXE Vegas KOF Weru Asamiya with Iori, Yuri, Athena, as well as Naj, Yuri, and Iori. And 1st place, probably undisputedly the greatest KOF player on the planet right now, Kwamba Doyu Xiaohai with Kula Haidern and Iori.
Cool, man.
So there you go. That guy is really, really good. Under Night in Birth. I need to go and watch this.
Oh, yeah.
I need to go and watch this.
This was 160 people, right? It was a big tournament.
164 people at pre-registration, so I don't know how much it ended up.
All right.
Probably still around about that same area.
I can check it out. Yeah.
But, you know, I also saw that in top 8, Neon got there with Nanase, so I don't know if that's the same Neon, is it?
I don't know, man. I didn't watch it.
But he's there with Nanase, so I want to see what he did. Unfortunately, he got 7th place, which means he didn't win the match that he played, but still, I just want to see what he did.
Yeah.
But 7th place was SUCC Ayo It's Dave with Merkava, as well as Neon with Nanase. 5th place was RT Royal Heart V2 with Hilda, and PFGC Magnets with Eltnum. Look at this character variety. 4th place Red Blade with Wagner and Akatsuki. And 3rd place was Drunk Suika Ibuki with Batista. 2nd place J3 Phonon and Line. And 1st place Klim, or C Lim from Canada with Merkava. And
so there are 10 characters used out of the top 8?
Yeah. Well, no, there's
there are
there's
two
one
Merkavas.
Merkava repeat, but there's 9 characters
so there are 9 characters.
in there.
Wow.
That's really impressive.
That's awesome.
That is really impressive.
Also, he's a different Neon.
It is a different Neon.
Curly W.
Okay. And also, this game, I think, is on sale on PS4 for $30 right now, I think I saw. So if you can try to grab it. I definitely retweeted that. I didn't see if there was any country restrictions or anything like that, but I definitely saw that it was on sale. So
173 entrants.
173 I got to, huh?
Correct.
Good job. Nice. Skullgirls, basically the Evo for Skullgirls, because it's they all come to this event here. 7th place, KPB PME with Misfortune, Robo Fortune, and Fuqua, and as well as Yaya with Squiggly and Big Band. 5th place, Elda Taluda with Painwheel, Misfortune, and Sarabella, as well as KPB RW Cloud with Valentine, Sarabella, and Double. 4th place, Rabble Flaggers with Beowulf and Big Band.
What a sick team.
Yeah, I know, right? 3 is HSV Liam with R Fortune, Robo Fortune, Parasol Double. 2nd place,
what?
Echo Fox, Sonic Fox with Philia Double and Fuqua. And 1st place was Swift Fox Dash with Peacock and Sarabella. I heard this crowd going nuts. They were playing while we were doing Street Fighter Top 8, and the crowd was going nuts.
Yeah, we could hear it. It was right next to it, but yeah.
When Swift Fox beat Sonic Fox.
I saw 2 fellas in furry outfits up there, and I didn't realize it was Grand Finals, but it turned out it was Grand Finals.
Yeah,
sick.
So there you go. So shout outs to Swift Fox Dash for defeating Sonic Fox, who's basically been like the best player in that game for a long, long period of time.
Yeah.
So. It's really funny because it
was a reset in Grand Finals.
Dang. Okay.
But it was 3-2, 3-2. So super close both times.
Who was in the winners at the start of that?
Sonic Fox was in winners. He beat Swift Fox Dash 3-0 in winners finals.
Oh, dang. So Swift Fox Dash came
big
back.
comeback.
Okay.
Sick.
Good stuff. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Whoop. This was a Tournament of Legends 3 qualifier. 7th place. And by the way, I just want to mention 5 of the top 8 SoCal.
Dang.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, I was talking about on stream. It just goes to show how much that team's effort in SoCal playing all the time has really just made a difference, right? Yeah. Because 4 of them are the newer squad, right? Mm-hmm. So 7th place, Mr. Igloo from SoCal with Balrog and Oken, as well as NB Immortal with Vega, former SBO qualifier. Mm-hmm. 5th place, Killer Miller with E Honda, as well as Jiggly Norris with Fei Long.
Mm-hmm. He played sick, by the way.
Yeah, he did really well. Fei Long he's getting better and better and better. 4th place, Lord Jimmy Bones from Canada. Good job, because that's a scene that's really, really developing.
They got a good scene in Toronto.
And so Lord Jimmy Bones getting 4th place, I think, is super cool.
Yeah.
Using Balrog.
Yeah.
Now, just going to point out, the rest of the top 3 are from SoCal.
Oh, it just happens to be, huh?
So I'm not going to say where they're from anymore.
Oh, gotcha.
They're all from SoCal.
No need.
SoCal. 3rd place, Silent Scope with Cammy. Of course, he just won Texas Showdown, so he had already qualified.
Right.
2nd place, Level Up's Cali Power with Ryu. And 1st place, El Trouble with Dalsum. So there you go. But...
Oh, I didn't realize that Jimmy was from Montreal. My bad. I thought he was Toronto area.
Oh, okay. But El Trouble won a lot more than just...
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so... Look,
I mean, by the way, he did play really well in the games.
Dude, he did super, super well.
Yeah, he had some really good choices.
But afterwards, after the tournament was
3-2
over,
win.
they all went up there and took a photo, and Killer Miller took the microphone and just basically started talking about how, she and El Trouble had been together for 12 years.
Yeah.
Aww. And
she was mysteriously very fancy looking.
Yeah, she had a nice dress on, she had her hair done up and everything like that, and she proposed El Trouble.
Yeah, man.
At the tournament. And it was...
Right there on the stage with the mic in her hand.
Yeah, it was the sweetest thing. And, honestly, I knew about it beforehand, of course. And, so when it started happening on stream, I was like, wait, let's listen to Killer Miller.
Yeah. She told quite a few people beforehand. And then I was in the crowd just before that happened. And I saw some people starting to walk away. And I was like... Hold on, everybody. You got it.
Oh, really?
Stick around.
Oh, you told them to stick around. Oh,
yeah,
sweet.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
But the coolest part was that El Trouble then took the microphone afterwards and was like, look, I didn't know you had this all planned or whatever like that. But he was like, you forced my hand. And he reached into his backpack and he pulled out a ring of his own.
It was in the backpack. Oh,
he reversaled the proposal.
Oh, that's so great.
He reversaled
amazing.
The proposal, dude. That was amazing. Yeah, and she was not expecting that at all.
No.
And it was a wonderful...
Nobody expected that.
Yeah, it was a wonderful... I cried on stream, okay? Aww. I cried on stream. But one of the funniest things was...
I'm not much for weddings.
I saw one every... Damn it. I saw when everybody walked up to the stage, I was looking at the backs of some of the people because I was commentating.
Yeah.
And JJ, one of the SoCal members of the FGC, was there. And I saw her with the box.
Yeah.
And she handed it to Tanya behind their backs and everything like that. So she set him up. And then later on, Tanya tweeted out that El Trouble asked her to hand him his backpack. And she knew... right there. So she was just I had to keep secrets for both of them all of a sudden,
he asked JJ for the backpack.
Yeah. He was like, give me the backpack. And so she was like, oh crap.
Wow.
Yeah. So actually what Eugene had said is that he had planned to propose at Toronto when the Tournament of Legends finals happened.
Okay, wow.
But I think he just brought it just in case.
That's very funny.
Yeah, and it worked out, dude. It was...
Before that all happened, I was hanging out in the crowd with JJ.
Right.
And she was telling me how when... so she did Tanya's makake and hair and stuff. And
a whole bunch of people helped with that.
A bunch of people helped with that.
Mama Dawa.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then Eugene asked Tanya, why are you so nice looking? Like, not to be a jerk, but like, what's the occasion? Like, you're really dressed up. You look great. And and JJ was just like, because JJ had also done herself up. She was like, what? Two girls just can't look nice? I mean, my friend's made top 8. She's going to be on the stage. We both want to look really nice. And Eugene was like, I guess.
Yeah, Eugene had told me afterwards, he was like, yeah, he kind of figured it was coming.
Yeah, there was something little sketchy going on, yeah.
But it was super cool. Look, if you guys don't know, like those two, like I said, they've been together for a long time. He's actually the reason why she even got into Super Turbo. They didn't meet through fighting games. In fact, she was just like a lot of other couples where they first started, and she was like, what are these stupid video games or whatever like that. But at one point in time, something, Micross, convinced her to actually get into fighting games.
It was Micross, yeah.
Yeah, and she gave it a shot. And I mean, to be honest with you, the level that she's at in Super Turbo, she's literally one of the best in the United States right now. Maybe one of the strongest Hondas, if not the strongest Honda in the U.S. of the new school of players. Sure. And so, you know, it's really cool that, you know, that these two, I mean, like I said, I'm really good friends with them. I've known them for a long time. I don't want to get too emotional. I'm just super happy for them. I'm super happy for them.
Congrats to them.
I'm super happy.
Taking the final plunge.
Yeah.
What I can't believe.
I can't imagine, dude. Can
you imagine somebody being able to do that?
I don't want to, man. Like,
horrible.
I can't even, like, would you be willing to do something like that, you know?
Perish the thought, friend.
God, it would be.
Perish the thought.
Yeah.
All right. So Street Fighter 3 Third Strike also happened. I guess let's just... So top 3. Let's talk about top 4. Dirt Master, Elena, Hugo, and Yang.
Nice.
Dang.
Okay.
I talked with somebody who said that there were a ton of Elenas in this. It just like happened to be like that. Third place was Simon. Nice with Ken. Second place, Chirithi, Chun-Li, and Echo Fox, Justin Wong. Chun-Li won the whole thing. VSAV.
Yeah, I actually got to do commentary for this, which was cool.
Is there any interesting? What's going on?
I kept calling everything by the wrong name, which was really funny, because me and my friends all had our own nicknames when we were playing the game.
Okay.
And so, like, I kept calling, like, Sasquatch's little ice thing, the Ice Castle. And
right. Is that what it is?
They're like, it's Ice Palace or Ice something or other or something. And I was like, whatever. It doesn't really matter. So, but 7th place, Xanoz. Good job to her with Owl Bath. She plays in Colorado. Doesn't even really have that much competition. So good job to her making it up there. 7th place, Dyer with Lilith. 5th place, J1, the Skate with Sasquatch, as well as Vampire Arcadia's Alaris with Felicia. 4th place, also Vampire Arcadia with Yeti Ghetto Slang, Sasquatch. 3rd place, Mighty Mar with Anna Karis. Woo! So he was champion last year. 2nd place, Dine. Oh, by the way.
Where?
From SoCal.
From where?
From SoCal with Jeddah. And 1st place, from
where?
SoCal, also top 8 in ST, with Mr. Igloo with Sasquatch. So obviously Sasquatch, best character in the game. 3 Sasquatches in top 8.
Is he the best character? He seems really dumb.
Him, Lord Raptor, and like QB are pretty much the top there. So those are the 3, like, just ridiculous.
He just seems like it's so uninteresting.
Right. Actually, other people pronounce it Anacharis.
Yeah,
I've always called it
yeah.
Anacharis.
I've always heard both.
Yeah, so I don't know what the real thing is.
Hey, Tubo, James just told me what happened. My bad. That sucks. I'm really sorry to hear it.
Yeah.
I'll talk with you later, though.
Yeah.
Melee. 3rd place was CLN, Absent Page with Fox. 2nd place, OG Swedish Delight Chic. Winner, Balance KJH with Fox. Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. 3rd place, PGE Sam with Pikachu. 2nd place, E2C Tyroy with Bayonetta. Winner, KJS Maester with Mr. Game and Watch. And I think it was Curly W who was telling me that this tournament was like not fancy enough to count as much as it should have or at all for the like ratings that they do for players.
Oh, right, yeah,
so the fact that this dude won with Mr. Game & Watch like might not be as impactful, even though he beat some super strong players in doing so.
Mm-hmm. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. So 7th place. I'm not going to name the teams. Emarar 79 and Noel B. Hungry. 5th place, Abok and Lariat God. 4th place,
Haggars.
Yeah. 4th place, EG NY Chris G. 3rd place, Bane Hollow. 2nd place, The Kill Sage. And 1st place with the comebacks of comebacks, Duo Kevin, dude. He He had some sick ass comebacks.
Yeah, I watched some of this. It was really good.
Brackets. Another topic that I need to sit down and watch. Yeah, Bane Hollow. That is Crying Brian, right?
Negative. Abek.
Abek is Crying Brian. Okay, yeah. Apparently he beat Noel.
Yeah, well, he's super good.
Yeah.
Abek's really good, no doubt.
Really cool.
It's not like a not a new thing either. Very nicely done.
We did mention Third Strike. We did Third Strike already.
Yeah.
Killer Instinct. Third place was Sleep. I thought he got second. He did get second.
I don't think so.
He didn't? Okay. Second was UA Base, and first place was Chicago Kid Amenti.
Yeah, it was a really good top 8. I couldn't watch all of it because I was commentating during part of it. But when I was not, I was definitely watching. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Got to go back and watch more of that because it seemed like it was a really good tournament. Shout-outs to Amenti for taking it with, I think that was his first win on that scale, and doing it with Shin Hisako partly, and with...
Yeah, see, Sleep was second. I remember. I was watching the ceremony, and it was him and Amenti in grand finals. It was Sleep in second place. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
All right, let's go. Secondary source time.
Blazblue Central Fiction. Fourth place was Breaker Dave. Third was Garareo. Second place was SKD, and first place was Fenrich.
Fenrich.
I saw SKD really sad that he couldn't take it. But
Injustice 2. I can't believe it's this far down. Come on, guys. 7 places were Noble Rewind with Black Adam, Blue Beetle, and Firestorm. Then Echo Fox Scar with Red Hood, Supergirl, Brainiac. 5th were BC Biohazard with Bane and Starfire. 5th also Method Silvereye with Hellboy Batman. 4th was Gun Show with Firestorm. Third place was Echo Fox Sonic Fox with Captain Cold, Red Hood, Firestorm, Michelangelo, Black Adam, etc.
Right, exactly.
Second place was Flipside DR Gross with Black Adam and Green Lantern, and winner of the whole thing was Noble Tweety with Starfire, Dr. Fate, and Superman, although I think in top 8 it was just the previous 2. This is fascinating set of results, I think, for Injustice 2. So, starting from the bottom again, Rewind has been a strong player. He's very young, but he's been a strong player for a little while now. And he keeps making top 9. He keeps making 9th place. Okay. He's never quite in there. So it's really big for him that he finally made top 8, and he did it at this big of an event. And obviously it's an IPS series event. Very cool to see Scar up there because he hasn't had quite that level of success at majors for a little while. Very cool to see Gun Show up that high. Another player who's been good for quite a while, but probably his biggest result. Then Gross finally beating Sonic Fox. That's been a big issue for him for a long time. He got 4th at EVO, I think, and I think he got 4th at E-League? Or was it IPS Finals? It was one of those two. I think it was IPS Finals now that I think about it. So he's been up in the sort of top 4, but this is definitely the biggest that he's had when it comes to something like this. And then Tweety. So
there's a little backstory.
There's a little bit of backstory. Last week I talked about it briefly. He and Tekken Master were getting a little bit of a beef going on. Tekken Master basically was talking about how Tweety uses Starfire, who's too good, broken, or whatever you may have there. And Tweety, and basically saying like Tweety wasn't good enough for him to bother with. So he ended up actually not playing the money match because he didn't think that Tweety was worth his time, and he wanted to concentrate on the tournament, not on an exhibition.
Right. I was talking to Ketchup, and basically they said, like, you're the only one that has anything to lose. Like, why bother giving this guy that kind of, like that was kind of the...
So it's just amazing poetic justice that the guy that Tekken Master didn't have time for was the guy who ends up winning the whole tournament. I mean, that's amazing. It's amazing. Again, Tweety is a guy who's been good for a while, but this is by far the biggest. I mean, I don't think that he had won a smaller event either, as far as I know. I think this is like by far the biggest win for him.
Yeah,
so
Tekken Master
super
ended
awesome.
up in 13th place.
Right,
so.
Right. He was definitely down there. So yeah, I mean, just in general, Sonic Fox, I think, is clearly putting all of his time into Dragon Ball. I mean, you can kind of see the same thing happen with Goichi because his results in Street Fighter haven't been quite as strong.
Right, yeah.
I don't think he even entered like Under Night and stuff, games that he was a god in before. So it's kind of happening for both of them. But even still, man, he got 3rd place, and that's really rare. It's not like it's never happened before. Like that has happened a couple of times in MKX and Injustice 2.
He got 4th at
very
Evo
rare.
last year, right?
Yeah.
Injustice, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So it was a really, really good top 8. Lots of character variety, lots of new guys doing good stuff. Maybe not necessarily new, but their best showings ever. And it's a really good start to the season. I was a little bit sad to see that Dragon had some health issues. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Hopefully things are all right. But yeah, other than that, awesome tournament. Had a blast watching it. Then you got Mortal Kombat
XL, right? It's cool that they ran this here and had both NRS games, both current ones, both franchises being played.
All 3.
So.
Yeah, both franchises, yeah.
Yeah. Fourth place was Master Tekken Master with Imposter Shinnok and Swarm Queen Devora. Third place, Noble Rewind with like 17,000 characters.
Yeah, cool.
Second place was Echo Fox Scar with Smoke Triborg, Demolition Sonya Blade. And first was Killer Zynox with Crystalline Tremor.
Cool.
Shinnok? Is that how you pronounce it? Okay. Gotcha. Foxy Grandpa sitting down there in 7th place. So.
Yeah, man. Very cool. I didn't get to watch any of that because I was commentating something else, but I'm definitely going to go back and watch. However, I did watch all of Mortal Kombat 9. Okay. I made sure that I would be free to watch that. I was so stoked that this game was going to be played.
I know it's pretty different than 10 and than XL. It is
very different.
Did you? I mean, when you watched it, was it just like waves of awesome nostalgia kind of thing?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Okay.
I re-downloaded it on Steam a little while ago, and I've been kind of playing in training mode and stuff, reacquainting myself. But very, very fun to actually watch it. I watched as much of that tournament as I could. So 7th places were JWE Comp Bros with Sonya and CLN Dab with Cyrax. 5th were MKK Biggs with Katana and Sonya. And GGA Sunk with Cabal. 4th was GGA Dizzy with Johnny Cage. 3rd was GGA Waffles with Smoke. 2nd place, Echo Fox Sonic Fox with Sonya and Melina. And then winner of the whole thing was Kerbalicious with Cabal, Johnny, and Sonya.
Yeah, well, good stuff to Sonic Fox, dude. 3rd place, 2nd place, 2nd place, 1st place.
Right, like you think, yeah, for sure. You think of him as if he gets 2nd place in MK and 3rd in Injustice and 2nd place in Skullgirls, that's like,
Like, what a terrible weekend for Sonic Fox.
But still, it actually is pretty impressive.
And he won the one that he wanted, so...
He won
the one that he wanted.
Really, really nice for Kerbalicious. Towards the end of MK9's life, he started doing well. Mm-hmm. And then, I haven't heard that much from him since then. But apparently, he still plays the game, and he looked really, really good doing it.
Okay.
You can see a bunch of GGA guys in there. The Chicago area players were all really good at the game, some of the best in the world. Very, very fun to watch. The only thing that I was a little bit bummed about was that Perfect Legend didn't enter the tournament, and then Tom Brady actually meant to enter the tournament, and his flight got canceled.
Oh no!
His flight the previous day got canceled. I think it was like delayed and then canceled, and they ended up...
It was one of those things.
Yeah, and he was only able to go for a day, so his plan, since it was only a one-day tournament, his plan was to fly out like at the end of the next day. So he would, if he had taken a flight in the morning of Friday, he would have missed his pool anyway.
Right.
And in any case, he would have had to leave like that day anyway.
Do you know what airline he was on?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that was a big bummer.
Yeah.
But anyway, other than that, awesome to watch. I'm super happy that it was run. It was really fun. Mm-hmm. That game is just wildly broken. Dang. Like, there's stuff in there that is just not reasonable at all.
I mean, it feels like going back to playing these 30th anniversary games,
it's just
right?
like Super Turbo and Third Strike, where you see what Chun can do, or you see what like Claw can do, and you're just like,
Osagai.
Come on, guys. But it's fun enough, and there are enough broken characters that it's still really fun. Like, you think of Third Strike, and that's maybe like an 8-character game in reality. Half the roster is useless. It's kind of the same in this, because if you look at it, pretty good character variety, but only among 8 or 10 characters.
I mean, Sonya's up there a lot. So
Sonya is up there a lot for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Really, really fun. Thanks for having that. I know Rick was really big into that game too. So
you know what? I mean, some people were mentioning it in chat, and I was actually really surprised. Yeah, I thought maybe we would have gotten an MK11 announcement.
There was a lot of chatter that would happen.
Right.
Yeah.
They could be saving it for E3, or maybe
That's
they're
my
not
guess.
doing it, right? I mean...
I'm betting on E3,
yeah,
man.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, I would love it if they actually didn't do their every 2 years thing again.
Right.
You know, I would love... I saw Paco Stevens in this chat. I want you guys to delay it. You know it, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, man. Okay. Let's see. Blazblue Cross Tag Battle. There was an exhibition there. Fourth was Flux. Third was SKD. Second was Kid Viper. And first was Fenrich. Of course, there was only 4 people in it. So
yeah, and it was kind of a last-minute thing I heard. Mystery Tournament was Jing. Third place, I'm Gay Okidike, which is just absolutely one of the best names around. Second was Jinsan, and winner is CSB, Let's Get Acid. You know who went... You know what happened to the 2017 Combo Breaker Mystery Tournament champion?
0-2.
You went 0-2! Horrible.
Yeah.
What an absolute dingus.
And the fact that
Sucks.
he even won 2017 made it so that the originator of the mystery tournament, Mr. Adam Keats, he basically was like, I regret ever making the mystery tournament. So.
Correct.
Oh, man.
Justin Wong won the Street Fighter 30th
Anniversary Collection exhibition, which I got to do commentary for, and that was a blast because it was just like me rattling off all these really, really crazy like little trivia things and just remembering about all the different characters and like why this works and this character does this. And I mean, just so you guys know, probably on Thursday I'll probably start my 30th anniversary streams. I'm not going to do like this is how you play the game and systems. I just want to talk about like significant things about the game's changes, how it affected the game, etc., etc.
I think that sounds
more
cool.
of an info dump, and then I'll probably do how to play the games later on for like the 4 main ones, because honestly, there's no reason for you to go and play against each other in like. Well, actually, I should say the 5 main ones.
I was going to say 5.
5 main ones, yeah.
Hyper Fighting, Super Turbo, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, Third Strike.
Yes, exactly. So.
Blazblue Central Fiction, 7 places were Yuri and with Lychee and Klim with Azrael. 5th were Genocide. It's kind of an interesting name with 9. And PAG Grover with Carl. 4th was Breaker Dave with Arcune. 3rd was Ponos Galileo with Lychee. 2nd place, PG SKD with Izayoi. And winner was CO Fenrich with Jin.
Okay. I thought we talked about that one already. We did talk about BlazBlue already.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Okay.
All right, I think that's it. Dang, did we actually get through all of that? Yeah. So there were a lot of games at Combo Breaker. That's one of the best things about it. Mm-hmm. And as far as I could tell, everything went great.
Yep.
A lot of fun to watch. And since we were there commentating, I missed a lot of it. So I'm definitely going to be going back. I already started that today, going back and reading through.
And someone said the cross tag battle actually turned out to be 4th Kid Viper, 3rd Flux, 2nd Justin, and 1st SKD. So I don't know what's going on. No, we did Smash.
We definitely did both Melee and Smash 4, but we did it very quickly.
Yeah, we did very quickly. So, but yeah, the AC was down a couple of times.
That was in the secondary room. Right?
The secondary room was...
I don't think it happened in the main room. Did it? Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Secondary room. When I was doing ST commentary, I was fanning myself like the whole time.
You started off with a very nice looking long sleeve shirt.
Uh-huh.
And then that came to like your shoulders, like it was like a shoulder off kind of look, you know?
Right,
And then you finally disrobed entirely. You just had a t-shirt underneath. It was like this process of James disrobing.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you came up, you were like, just take the shirt off. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
Clearly looking warm.
Yeah.
All right. Really good tournament. So my schedule was a little bit unusual. Since I have a bunch of family in the Chicago area, I didn't put my name in to commentate anything but Street Fighter. Mm-hmm. And so the way that turned out was that I commentated like 8 hours on Saturday, or maybe 10. 8 with like 2 as backup, you know? But Friday, I only had 1 set. So I was able to hang out with family in the morning and early afternoon. And then I did 2 hours of commentary. And then I basically went and bought tequila.
You said that so matter-of-factly.
Oh, that was the facts, James. As I was walking away from commentating, I saw Mono. Mono was not going to play until Saturday. And I was like, hey, man, do you want anything from the store? And he was like, well, I'll just come with you. So we bought tequila Jack, and a 12er of Blue Moon. The Jack was for Yipes, by the way. And he told me that he drinks Jack right now because it's the least caloric of all the hard alcohol.
There you go.
So he's trying to keep himself
It's
spry.
working, dude. It's working because he's looking like a svelte dude right now.
It looks good.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I basically hung out. But, I couldn't go too wild because I had early commentary on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Super fun event. I had a blast. I miss everybody there. And, looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, we spent almost an hour and a half, like hour and 15 minutes talking about Combo Breaker. But honestly, it deserves that kind of highlight. It deserves
really
that kind
does.
of careful talk about it. Once again, I mean, honestly, shout outs to Rick and everybody on the staff.
Yeah, especially everybody on the staff. Rick gets too much press. I'm tired of talking about him. But everybody else, high fives.
Yeah, definitely. Really, really well run tournament. And keep in mind, too, that Rick now works at Twitch in Northern California. So to be able to pull this off cross-country kind of thing is ridiculously amazing. But that also is an indication of how strong of a staff that he has.
Exactly right.
Is that they can do so much of the work with him just kind of supervising and stuff like that. So great job to the entire team there, to the entire staff. So it takes an army to run an event like that. So
Alrighty.
okay.
Thanks to everybody. So let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Cody reveal, SF 30th impressions, and so forth.